Hi, Dr. Shook here. It is Sunday, August 23rd, and this is the 6th sauna session. In this sauna session, what I want to talk about is the most common autoimmune condition that I see in my office, and that is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Now, here's the thing. It is the most common condition that I see, but a lot of times people come to us because they have fatigue, because they have blood sugar issues, they have diabetes, they have another autoimmune condition, and they want help from a functional medicine perspective to work with them to try to figure out the triggers of the autoimmune condition and to help them try to put it into remission naturally. And what happens is, upon investigation of whatever their current problem is, I learn, or I find out through testing, that they have antibodies to their thyroid. And in addition to that, they're hypothyroid. So they have high TSH levels. So you don't have to understand what TSH is, but it's an indirect measure of the thyroid hormone. And they then technically have Hashimoto's. So what I want to do is just talk about really what I see in practice, and how that is always, well, not always, but it's very, very frequently another autoimmune condition that you'll find with other types of problems. So if someone comes in with Sjogren's or with lupus or ulcerative colitis, or they come in and they have any number of problems, rheumatoid arthritis, or they just have fatigue or something that's not technically, that hasn't been diagnosed as autoimmune, we tend to find Hashimoto's in a lot of cases. So why is that? Well, here's what we know about autoimmunity. If you have one autoimmune condition, so if you have psoriasis or you have any autoimmunity at all, then you're very, very likely to have another autoimmune condition at the same time. The problem is that most of us don't even know we're autoimmune until we show symptoms, right? So I knew I had psoriasis when I saw a rash on my elbows, and people know that they have lupus, or they have these other autoimmune conditions when they have testing, and the testing comes back as positive and they meet the diagnostic criteria, but they don't know until they have a problem typically. So here's the thing. We know in the scientific literature that if you have one autoimmune condition, you're likely to have another one, and you're likely to develop multiple antibodies to other tissues. So if you have one autoimmune condition, you're very likely to have another one. That's why we find Hashimoto's so frequently. And the reason that Hashimoto's is such a big problem is because it affects your body's ability to use your thyroid hormone. In a lot of cases, it can actually cause you to become hypothyroid. It can cause swelling of the gland, which is a thyroiditis. It feels like a goiter, but it's actually just swollen due to inflammation. And there are a lot of problems that will go hand in hand with that. But I wanted to share that with you because a lot of people, they hear me talk about Hashimoto's and they may have other issues. And the fact is that I work with a lot of different types of chronic conditions and autoimmune conditions. But one of the most common things that I see is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And, if you're curious if you have that, well, first of all, you have to get your thyroid markers, your thyroid hormones checked, and then you have to talk your doctor into ordering antibodies. I always get those antibodies checked because it's very important to know, and they're predictive. They predict, if you have antibodies to a tissue, they call them predictive antibodies for a reason, because they predict tissue failure in the future. So I just want to share with you, commonly we see Hashimoto's with other autoimmune conditions, and when you see people come in with fatigue and other types of problems, I find it a lot. And I often find that if there's not Hashimoto's, then there are problems with the thyroid hormones, or your ability to use them, either due to inflammation, blood sugar spikes and dips, cortisol elevations, stresses, poor liver function, poor gut function, even problems with central nervous system neurotransmitters or brain chemicals, serotonin and dopamine, which are required to basically for thyroid hormone production. That's all you really need to know. So I just want to share that with you and talk to you a little bit about Hashimoto's thyroiditis, because it's the most common thing I see, and it's found with a lot of other problems. I'm Dr. Shook. I hope you have enjoyed this sauna session, and I've got other videos in mind that I'll do later this week, and hopefully can give you more information to empower you to take your health back and become your own advocate. If you need anything from us, just let us know, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for taking time to watch me in the sauna.
Hey guys, Dr. Shook, thank you for viewing our videos. I hope they help you out. If you want to, just subscribe to our channel somewhere here. You can watch a video that YouTube's actually selected for you, so hopefully it'll help you out. If you need any other information or resources, just look in the description. We've got links to our website, to our 9 lab test guidebook, and everything else that we do. I really appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a great